you down, but I think with the amount of frontliners they have, it should be fine. They need a bit more damage dealing though in the XP and the gold lane.
Benedetta for cars?
Just hovering around, I think.
I think in the gold lane, what physical damage dealer? I'm confused right now. Claude? They go over to Esmeralda. Oh, the Bruno comes around. Not the best choices, I would say, like the Bruno. But the Esmeralda, yeah, I like it. It's just the Lunox that you have to be careful of. Last pick. I don't think you can go Joy here with the amount of displacements that Navi have. If you go Hayabusa, there's no target.
Yeah, I think it has to be a Joy, right? Anything else that makes sense?
They could go
Maybe
Fredrin.
yes, they can do Fredrin either way, by the way, because they have enough damage with the Lunox, with the Granger. But other than that, what do you want to go for? Alpha? Is it bad here?
Oh, that's really good. If you can get level 4, and if you can match up until Turtle 1. Now, if you lose Turtle 1, I think you're kind of cooked, because this combination relies heavily on you being able to hold your lead, hold your...
We'll see in the Land of Dawn if they can pull it off in this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is game 1 of Navi and evos. You mentioned it, Chef Finn, and let's see who will take the first game.
Okay. Instantly as we start, we can see the clear here and the clash of eras. The young blood and the veteran, both on utility. And before the draft, I said we should be expecting assassins, but I guess when the box is open, you can't let it go. Not against an experienced player like Albert. Concussive blast for Andoryu means he can already wait. He actually is clearing a bit slower, but he will be able to rotate faster, and the early fights definitely favor Navi.
2 members knocked up. That's going to be X-Borg not having shield key, receiving a lot of damage, and that will be first blood. Cars with the flicker finds the kill again, but Rendy finds the avenge and take the trade as well. So it's a 2-for-1 for Navi.
They know how to handle the export. By the way, look at this.
After shield unity connecting onto its way low will force to use that flicker. Navi utilizing the early game capabilities very well.
Yeah. evos definitely got the dub in that fight though, unfortunately for Navi. It looked really good at the start when they had the burst damage, but as the fight goes on, you have to respect the healing from Albert on the X-Borg and Sway Low. They were also clumped up, so the yellow from Sway Low just kept on giving him HP, despite the anti-regen. Navi doing okay though, you know, they didn't lose their jungler. That's what's really important, because Andoryu was able to steal away a green camp from Albert. Just with the red tree earlier. Cars getting a kill is going to be massive as well, because the XP crab control will be on him for the most part. And Rendy's definitely going to be late to level 4 because he had to lose out on a wave earlier. So despite the kill lead for evos, now looking at it, it's actually worth it for Navi.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for evos to be able to get close even to the turtle pit here. Do they want to force it out though?
Afro being the sandbag in the front.
What?
Suelo jumping in with
wow!
Andoryu collects the turtle, and Afro will stay alive. No casualty from that first turtle fight.
Oh wow, sorry for doubting you, Apro. I thought it was gonna be like the usual Apro things where he just goes in and not really having a plan on its own. But apparently, he just managed to get away with a flicker.
Honestly, Sheffin, if it was him on Cho or him on Grok, I would doubt him. But on the Khalid, this is a signature pick for him. Whoa, what? What is that?
Wow.
Albert.
A picture of Albert. That's going to be the stun. That's going to be the damage. And Andoryu stunned up again. Swaylo finds the kill. That's going to be Cars next on the chopping block, but is able to get away for now. A little bit too ambitious there from Navi.
Yeah, very, very ambitious. They got to respect the fact that Lunox is already level 4, man.
Yes.
Because that's where, you know, crumble.
Yeah, that was just really, really weird, man. No respect whatsoever given to the Lunox, who now has 2 kills. In this game, evos literally only have, I think, 2 winning conditions early. It's Lunox getting fed and Albert staying level. And both of the win conditions...
Oh no.
There's a flicker. Cars forced to use the flicker as well, but here comes Key. Falling Star Moon will be cancelled out. The Cars will be knocked up, and Suelo gets the kill. Navi looking for the avenge. That's going to be the knockup from Key. Forced to use the flicker. Big stun. That's going to be Rendy again. Terrain hold formation. That's just going to be a 1-for-0 for evos again.
Yeah, I think once Albert got the War X, it's gonna be even harder for Navi to be able to fight in this team fight, man. Because the sustain is gonna be crazy, and there's really no real damage dealer from Navi's 4-man composition in the Turtle Pit.
Yeah, it's all on Geme, and I don't think he has the items really to be the carry right now. It's all on Cars to deal damage, to win out, and he is winning out the XP battle. The thing is, though, the Lunox is going to be a big problem. They need to evade from it. Cars will have prio. Randy will recall. This is an angle for Navi to hold the turtle, but they're not holding it. Randy should be able to get here in time then.
Yeah. There you go. The War X is already secured by Albert. Question is, can they secure it this time?
I'd say Tectonic Charge, no flicker though from K. That's the 2 members knocked up. And though you collects the turtle, all fine and dandy. Knocking Grok up, not enough damage. That will be it. 2 turtles. No casualty. Erlan though now trying to get ganked. That's gonna be Erlan in a very sticky situation. That's gonna be kill for Ook here under the turret, and Noryu tanks the damage. Suelo comes in, trying to provide the damage as well. Randy jumps into the Raven Spider, forced Ook here to pop the flicker. And no casualty from that last and final turtle fight.
Yeah, finally they use the Bakshia's potential to the utmost, to the fullest, right? Because that's what early game Bakshia should do.
Yep. And it's great that they got the kill on Erlan.
Yeah.
The Sky Piercer was Erlan's first choice. I think that's a bit greedy here, considering, you know, Navi, usually you go Sky Piercer when you think you can be active around the map. But because you're up against a Bruno, because you're up against a Baksha, I would much rather just build up the full Hunter Strike first, then the Sky Piercer. There are some good templates that you need to use, but you can never use template builds in pro play. You have to adjust to different compositions. I think it's a lack of awareness a bit from Erlan there to build the Sky Piercer early, and now he's not going to deal damage. Unless Suelo gets people low and Erlan gets spoon-fed kills, I don't really think he's going to make much use of the Sky Piercer early.
Yeah. Down below though, Shiva is still clearing the lane here. Erlan will catch up to that, not giving away the turret quite easily. So far, it's been you know, kind of a quiet game, especially for this 2-team standard. Look at Suelo.
Looking for the initiation there, and Noryu though, quick to cover. Albert and friends will not be hasty on that engage. They know that the last turtle here will be up. And it seems like Navi holding on just a couple of hundred on the gold.
That was horrible. Very trigger happy, man. Turtle was gonna be is spawning right now, so he doesn't have the ult, doesn't have the flicker ready. That's the main win con for evos, and they've lost it already. Is it back up? Oh, it actually is back up. Never mind then.
Randy jumps in, looking for the initiation on towards Ook here. Suelo deals a lot of damage on towards Afro, but the turtle will fall for Andoryu. Afro will be the first one to fall. Andoryu tanking with the voice taunts. Take a look at Cars, trying his own, trying to distract as well. Suelo in the bush, looking for the burst. That's going to be the order of brilliance, while Cars is trying to deal with 3 members of evos. And Navi will just lose the Afro for that turtle.
And that's the Esmeralda power, man. Once the Chaos Odor is gone,
exactly.
It's free real estate for Cars. Oh,
no. Oh, wrecked. Showing off the M1 metal. Cars will be forced to use the flicker in the bottom side of the map as they want the clear to protect the structure.
It's been 6 years, by the way, since M1.
Damn, that's a long time, man. I mean, his last efforts at MPO was in Alter Ego when... Oh wait, they didn't get anything. Unfortunate. But it's okay.
Is that a diss?
No, I'm thinking, I'm remembering. Unfortunately, he didn't get wins.
Unfortunate for Rect, but a legend of his own, one of the better players of MPL Indonesia history. We're gonna go back to the game here. Navi with a solid 2K gold lead here, but looking at the late game potential, I gotta say, I think it's leaning towards evos, no?
The late game?
Yes.
The late game, yeah, it's going to be good for Suelo. The thing is, though, with a lead like this and 3 turtles, it'll be really tough to burst Apro and the frontliners, basically. Like we saw earlier how evos had to utilize all their resources on... Oh, okay. That was ambitious for sure with the Crimson Beacon still up. But yeah, we saw how evos need to use all their resources on one guy to get him down. And that was Apro earlier. As long as Ukir and mainly Shiva stays safe in the back line, I don't really think evos can win out the long fights. Just because, again, Navi can always kite back. They can go back and forth. They never need to fully initiate, while on evos' side, they need to. They need to go for one cycle of skills. Albert with the last Insanity, Suelo with the Chaos, Randy, obviously Bravest Fighter, and the Tectonic Charge. Only Erlan can deal consistent damage throughout.
Yeah, but I think for evos, like, once they are activated, the only objective that they should focus on is Geme, and that's it. And he's on Flicker.
Let's see, that's going to be the Raging Sandstorm towards Swalo. Take a look at the Lord, and Doryu finds the angle to take the retribution. Down goes Randy, and they will apply more pressure. Take a look at Erlon here. Will be the target as Andoryu with the shield unity. Looks for a stun as Albert takes the orange buff. That's going to be a big knock up on towards Key. And down he goes. 2 members off the board, plus the Lord for Navi.
Was the risk that's taken from evos necessary there?
I think it was. They have a sense of urgency with this composition now because they can't just be giving away these neutral objectives, and you cannot leave Navi to hold a neutral objective. So you need to go for a 50-50, and it didn't work out for them clearly because of the conditions that I literally just said before the fight. Evos have to get a pick, I would say, to make this composition worth it, and it's not really a pick-off composition. That's why on Lunox, you usually want to see it paired with a Cho, a Kalea, a Kaja. You want to use that cycle rotation, get a mana advantage, and then wait for the cooldowns to be back up. Then you go for the neutral objective. But with this composition, against a very tanky Navi, it's difficult for Evos to choose who to target. And it's all very conditional, their damage dealing.
Doryu isolated now with the damage, with the burst and the crowd control. That will be enough to take the Baksha down, while the Lord is still up in the top lane. A little bit too hasty there from Andoryu.
If Andoryu does that, then there's no confusion in targeting for sure.
Yeah, but maybe the longer the game goes, I think this Lunox will shift from a Shredder towards the front line towards a Diver to the Bruno, because that's gotta be the main problem, right? And thankfully, Bruno here is rocking that Warrior boot, so he's not gonna be able to, like, not react in time, but the CC duration will be the same as usual, and the Tectonic Charge will be very pivotal for evos. As he also secured the Dominance Ice here to also lessen the healing potential from Cars a little bit.
Looking at the items, that's a very quick Twilight Armor for Apro, by the way. He goes for Fury Hammer into the Thunderbelt and into the Twilight Armor. Abuse Twilight Armor. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know, the new passive basically gives you a Gata ult, Gata Gacha passive in a way. You gain health when you're low, so it makes you a little bit less, a lot less burstable, sorry, up against a burst comp like Evos here. They really just, it's so tough right now for them. Because the items are getting built up for Baksha, and if you look for Baksha's items earlier, it was shown. Wait, okay, there's no one that wants to go in. Skyguard and Helmet is prioritized right after the Radiant Armor. So we know what Navi want to do now. They want to do exactly what we mentioned earlier. Go in, kite back, play for the long game with the Juicin and the Bruno, doing consistent damage, and then find the team fight win.
Yeah. Some items already been stacked up here.
Whoa, Sky Piercer Ukir. I don't think he has a single stack on it, but yeah, Bloodwings, same deal, just wants to kite.
Oh, the wall. Not really the best placement there, but evos, even though they are 4K, 5K down, they're still setting up towards the objective here. They are very confident with their front-to-back composition. Key.
Yeah, eyes on the roamers. Both have flickers, Heat and Afro. Let's see who pulls the trigger first. That's going to be a knock-up on towards Key. Poked below 50%. That's going to be a big knock-up on Shive. The positioning is terrible. And they're going to capitalize on it as Andoryu will be the target. And that's a flicker committed by Rendy. But in fact, it is actually Rendy taken down as well. That's going to be 3 members off the board. The coordination from the White Tigers is impeccable.
He is Il Momento for a reason, Miracle. Great pick towards the best target there in Shive.
Well played, but also Shive, horrible positioning. Ukir!
Oh, what?
He wants to follow Shive.
There, what? No respect from the damage there. And Afro will find the clear, but 5,000 gold lead was their lead 2 minutes ago.
Exactly.
Now gone.
They were never supposed to be in that situation. They got the win. They got Key so low. Why overcommit all the way? It's almost like they're playing with a composition that wants to burst. No, they want to take long team fights. They already got the win now. It's a siege for Evos.
Uh-oh, this is very scary. If you're a Navi nation now, with the Lord finding the base in the mid lane, Evos applying pressure. Ukir pops the Crimson Beacon! King! Geme! 3-man knock-up, and the damage is definitely there. Down goes Geme again. Afro and Andoryu will not be able to sustain. And ladies and gentlemen, evos with 5 men on the offense will find game 1. Navi will not be able to claim the win.
Oh no.